Come on! Come on! You call that playing the objective face? What are you even doing out there? Bet you paid for those levels with your mom's credit card. Bunch of scrubs. You all don't even lift. Is this all you've been doing for the past month, man? Of course not. What do you think I am? Some sort of bum? Okay, so what else exactly have you been doing? I'm thinking of ideas, duh. Listen, in order for my creative genius to work, I need a nice, stress-free environment. I need to be nice and relaxed, which doesn't happen if there's campers everywhere. Right. What do you even want anyways? We need to put out another YouTube video. You know how long it's been? We just made another video. Correction, we made a video for Joey, and that's still not getting released for a few weeks here. Okay, whatever. We just made that log video. They can wait. That was a month ago. A month? What am I even doing with my life? Let's make that video. What is that? What? What's wrong with what I'm wearing? It's our catchphrase, man. We've literally never said that in a video. Like 20 videos now, not once. Well, it's never too late to start. It's even got our stuff on the back. Are you trying to sell merch? Like, you realize we only have 150? You know what? I don't care. I got class to go teach. Just make the video, please. Cool. Cool. Just make the video. Idiot. Doesn't even know I set up the cameras around the house. Told him I just needed time for my creative genius to work. What is up, guys? Coach Matt here, back on the channel, back with another video, and let's be honest, guys, it has been a while here, but don't worry, got a good reason as to why I've been away. I have exactly 0 reasons as to why I've been away. But the good news is, I think I'm finally figuring out this whole videoing thing. I've got some new ideas lined up for you guys, and I've got 2 strongman competitions come my way, one of which will be lightweight nationals for the USS Strongman, so I think we're set here for like the next 6 months or so. After that though, well, that's a problem for future Matt. Anyways, getting straight to the point, going over my favorite barbell movement today, low bar squats, and some common errors I kind of see with that all the time. I've got a programming video that'll be coming out in Joey's channel in the next few weeks here, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And then after that, we're just going to keep the ball rolling here for 2019. Really trying to get more frequent content out to you guys, really trying to up the quality of my content, both in entertainment value and in overall quality, even though I'm going to get stomped by Joey in cinematics. And I do apologize if it sounds like I'm freezing out here. It's because I am. So like I said, we're going over low bar today, and I really find low bar to be interesting, mainly because some of the make or break cues for it are subtle, or you might think you're doing them the right way, but you're not actually doing them. But then you have these like epiphany moments, especially for things like hip drive or that torso angle. You'll have these epiphany moments in the gym where you realize you haven't been doing it right the whole time. And when you do it right for the first time, it completely changes the movement. So I'm going to try my best to explain this stuff to you guys, and hopefully it goes well. This is going to be one of those videos where I'm going to try my best to explain things to you, but it's really not going to make sense until you try it out in the gym. So maybe watch this video before you hit up your squat training session so it's fresh in your mind. Try out the cues and see if it doesn't make a difference. Again, I really think this is something you have to feel more so than be told by a coach or cued through with this by a coach. Alright guys, so my first tip for low bar here is to probably increase the lean of your torso angle. So I find this to be a problem with both beginners and veterans alike. Beginners, I tend to see that it's just because they're transferring over from that high bar torso angle. They're used to being cued through, you know, nice upright torso. So changing over to low bar feels really, really unnatural. And it just takes some cueing and they'll get back into a nice, you know, low bar torso angle. That's not too big of a deal. I think the problem comes with you veterans who are still in an upright torso angle while doing your low bar squats. And I think this is really just a problem of like the online hazing of like extreme torso angles. For some people, the correct position does look like they're extremely bent over, and of course the keyboard warriors will get out there and type, oh, that's wrong form, you're gonna hurt your back, you're gonna hurt your back, all that sort of stuff, and I'm telling you to ignore them completely. I think the internet's kind of set up this fear that any squat with forward lean is a good morning squat, and realistically a good morning squat has more so to do with those hips rising early than it does your torso angle. You can have a fairly forward lean on your torso angle and still have a solid low bar squat. I just think a lot of people are afraid to lean forward a bit more, mostly because they think they're doing a good morning squat. As long as the bar is in the proper position on your back, you know, below that spine of the scapula on your back, and the bar maintains a straight line over midfoot during your squat, I don't care how far forward your torso angle is. You could be folded over like a friggin' lawn chair, but if it's over midfoot and it's on the correct spot on your back, your torso angle is fine, and you do not need to listen to any internet advice on why your torso angle is going to get you hurt in the gym or anything like that. I will try and remember to add some examples of squatters with this forward lean. I know Tim Thibodeau, one of my favorite powerlifters, has a fairly forward torso angle, and it's correct positioning for him, and he still catches a bunch of flack for that. My torso lean is fairly far forward. I'll pop up a video for that, but I'll give you some examples of extreme forward leans that are still correct positions. Your torso angle is going to be determined by limb length, torso length, all of that, so do not go comparing yourself to other lifters, your favorite squatters, anything like that. Midfoot position, correct position on your back, that'll determine your torso angle, and for most people, it tends to need to be a bit more forward for the low bar squat. Alright, now that we've got torso angle all the way, we can talk about the second tip here, and that is hips. Hips! Hips! Now, I know me and Joey have joked about this in the past, and I know it's kind of an internet meme at this point, but hips are so crucial to the low bar squat, and a lot of people aren't using proper hip drive. That torso angle has a lot to do with it, so that's why I went over that first, but now we can talk about the hip drive part of the low bar squat that a lot of people still don't either understand or they're just not doing it in general. Now, hip drive is one of those things that is difficult to explain in words, but I'm going to do my best here to explain it to you guys. What I want you guys thinking about as you're in the hole of your squat and you're getting ready to ascend again, you are going to think up with your hips. That's it. Up with the hips. Not back and up, not forwards and up, just up with your hips. And that's all I want you to worry about. As you are thinking up with your hips, as you are driving out of that hole with those hips, I want you to maintain that torso angle. Fight the urge to lead with that chest and to let that torso angle come to a more upright position. Focus in, keep the torso angle the same, lead up with those hips, and you will have a successful hip drive. And if it's the first time you've had a successful hip drive, you're probably going to be surprised by how strong of a position it feels. I have a video if you need more in-depth explanation on hip drive. Bear in mind it is one of my earlier videos, so no promises on the quality there. Hopefully it still holds up. But if you need more explanation, head there. Alright guys, and final tip here, and one I don't think gets talked about enough with low bar squat, is depth. Really guys? Alright, and my last tip here is something I don't think gets talked about enough with low bar squats, and that is your depth with low bar squats. No. Shawty will not be dropping it low. Shawty will be ascending to depth, and then Shawty will be ascending back out of the hole promptly. Alright, so in all seriousness, I know this is something you probably don't hear too much. Usually you're hearing cues to get lower, hit proper depth, and all of that. I am not saying don't hit proper depth. If you're a high squatter, fix yourself. But there are a lot of you out there that are taking all these, get lower, hit depth cues way too far, and you're sinking that low bar into the ground. The problem with hitting a super low squat with low bar is it throws your torso angle off and it throws your balance off, and when both of those are off, getting hip drive back out of the bottom of the hole is damn near impossible, and if you do hit it, it's just because you got lucky with the rebound. And I get it, I get it. A lot of you like squatting super low with that low bar because you catch that kind of bounce out of the hole. I was there back in the day with it. The problem with that is that bounce is only going to get you so far. You're basically just using inertia to lift the weight, keeping the object in motion, Newton's first law, to get the weight back out of the hole. You're not actually using your muscles to get the weight back out. This is of course fine up to a certain point, but once you start talking heavy weights, this method is going to stop working, and your balance is always going to be in question, so you could whiff on attempts which you would otherwise hit if you would just hit proper depth, control it with your muscles, and drive back out of the hole. So with the low bar, all I want you to do is I want you to think like a powerlifter. I want you to hit down to depth, get those white lights, and then ascend back out of the hole. This is going to allow you to get the proper stretch reflex for your hamstrings. So you're going to get a stretch reflex in here. Maybe not the bounce that you like, but a stretch reflex is good. You're going to be able to properly use hip drive, which is way better than a bounce, and you will actually be controlling the weight. You will not be relying on momentum to get weight up for you. Alright guys, that's going to be the video for today. That's 3 tips for you for the low bar squat. Again, these are subtle cues that you might think you're doing correctly, but until you hit it for the very first time, you might not realize that you are doing it incorrectly. Something like hip drive, when you hit it for the first time, you will know you have hit it for the first time just because of the change in how strong you feel. But that'll be it for this video. Just starting it off nice and easy with 3 easy tips for the low bar squat. Thanks so much for checking in, guys. Thanks so much for watching the video. Really do appreciate all of you for checking out the channel, and I hope to see you guys all in the next video. I'll see you guys.